It is now 7 p.m., and I would like to call to order the February 2024 business meeting of the Board of Trustees of the Aldine Independent School District. Please stand and remain standing for the presentation of the colors and the Pledge of Allegiance and Texas Pledge.
Carry, colors, forward, march. March time, march. Colors, off. Left, face. Order, colors. Present, colors.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Order, colors. Right, face. Forward, march. Colors, off. Fall out.
We will now have our ethics statement, mission and vision statements, and the board goals read by Ms. Ro Avalos.
The board has adopted an ethics statement that affirms our commitment to ethical conduct. The statement is, the Board of Trustees is committed to and shall perform its duties ethically and according to our strategic priorities. We will model the highest standards of conduct. We will ensure that no personal value system or personal goals interferes with our duty as public servants. The public interest shall be the principle which guides the board in its deliberations and decisions. Our vision statement. All Aldine ISD students will receive a dynamic and unparalleled education that guarantees choices and opportunities today and in the future. Our mission is that Aldine will provide a rigorous and enriching educational experience that prepares every student for success in college, career, and life. The board's goals, as aligned with the district's mission, are: Goal 1, the percentage of grade 3 students who score at meets grade level or above on STAR reading shall increase from 30% to 40% by June of 2025. Goal 2, the percentage of grade 3 students who score at meets grade level or above on STAR math shall increase from 39% to 49% by June of 2025. Goal 3, the percentage of grade 8 students who score at meets grade level or above on STAR math shall increase from 49% to 65% by June of 2025. Goal 4, the percentage of graduates who meet the criteria for college, career, and military readiness, CCMR, shall increase from 59% to 69% by August 2025.
Thank you, Ms. Avalos. We extend a warm welcome to everyone present and are pleased that you joined us tonight, as well as those viewers online, as we celebrate the achievements, review information, and make policy decisions related to the effective operation of Aldine School District. I would like to thank everyone for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us tonight. Let the minutes reflect that all board members are present in the boardroom tonight. Next, we will have the approval of the minutes of previous meetings. Do we have a motion?
Madam President, I move that the minutes of the special call meeting on January the 22nd and January the 23rd, the regular meeting and executive session on January the 23rd, and the minutes of the board workshop on February the 12th, 2024, be approved as printed.
Do we have a second?
Esparza seconds.
Thank you, Mr. Mead, and thank you, Ms. Esparza. We'll begin the vote with Mr. Steve Mead.
Mead, yes.
Esparza, yes.
Strickland, yes.
Avalos, yes.
Bates, yes.
Garcia, yes.
Booker, yes, and the motion carries. We will now hear from Dr. Adrian Bustillos, Chief Transformation Officer.
Good evening, Board President Booker, Dr. Offney, members of the board. Tonight we're here to celebrate CTE Month. I want to thank you all, as you all are wearing these cool, nifty CTE shirts, right, Mr. Mead? Nice champions. On the back it says champion, so all of you, thank you for the championship of the work of CTE. Right now we have our students coming in through various programs throughout Aldine ISD that reflect CTE programs that students are in today for lifelong learning and ability to learn and design what their future may potentially look like, an opportunity to learn and grow and to find out, is this the right step for me? And also give them those skills and earn industry-based certificates on the side of the house. So we wanted to showcase all of our programs throughout Aldine, and just to talk about what it looks like for Aldine IC. You know, the CTE department serves approximately 20,000 students spanning from middle school to high school through 48 pathway opportunities. Our CTE programs cultivate a diverse array of talents, from advanced manufacturing to healthcare, from information technology to culinary arts. By offering hands-on, industry-aligned training, these initiatives empower learners to explore their passions, develop critical thinking abilities, and acquire technical proficiencies that are in high demand. So not only here in Aldine, but across the United States, Aldine, Texas, career and technical education programs offer this valuable educational experience for students of all ages and interests. So there are a number of benefits, as you can see here with our students and their gear, tools and resources, that career exploration and preparation allows kids to discover their passions. CTE programs expose students to a wide range of career paths, allowing them to explore their interests and discover potential fields that they might have not considered. This early exploration can help students make informed decisions about their future education and goals. It also allows students to gain practical skills. CTE programs emphasize hands-on and practical skill development. Students learn from industry standard skills through projects, simulations, and work-based experiences, preparing them for immediate employment or further education. And tonight you have the opportunity, board members, if you saw out there are stations and tables that probably all these students can walk us through. And if you haven't done the welding challenge out there, I believe the high score to beat is 83. So make sure you stop by and try that opportunity. I did not get that high, I can tell you that. So as we go and also learn, students have the opportunity to earn industry-based certificates, and many of our programs allow this for our students to move forward. So when they graduate, they have competitive edges in the job market, a potential increase in their urge potential. Not only that, stronger academic foundation for students. A lot of the CTE courses integrate academic subjects like math, science, and English into their curriculum, helping students develop a stronger foundation across core areas. And this can benefit them not only in their choosing career path, but also in future academic processes. So college readiness, also many of these courses offer dual credit opportunities, allowing students to earn college credit while still in high school, and that gives them a head start on their future in college education and potential saving time and money. And parents, that's also very important. With CTE, they all have the opportunity to develop personal and social development develop valuable life skills, build confidence and self-esteem, and prepare the future workforce. So today, Workforce Demands Adaptability and Skill Individuals CTE programs equip students with the skills, knowledge needed to thrive in a changing job market. So what does this mean for us here in Aldine? We're participating in CTE offers a multitude of benefits that extend for beyond just learning a trade. It can help students discover their passions, gain valuable skills, and prepare for college or immediate employment and develop essential life skills. Whether you live here in Aldine, in Texas, or anywhere in the United States, exploring CTE opportunities can be a wise investment in your future. And today that's very evident with these students standing right in front of you. So as we extend our gratitude and recognition to the educators, the teachers, administrators, and stakeholders who are champions of our CTE initiatives, let us reaffirm our commitment to investing into these programs. By nurturing talent, fostering innovation, and fostering and culturing of lifelong learning, we are not only enriching the lives of our students, we are strengthening our community for generations to come. So tonight we have here students from Aldine Advanced Manufacturing and Machine. We have students from Avalo Cybersecurity, Blanson Hospitality, Tourism, Programming, Software Development, HVAC, EMT. Carver, we have Mechatronics, Interior Design. Davis, we have Cosmetology and Fashion. From Eisenhower, we have Entrepreneurship, Culinary Arts. From Hall Success Academy, we have construction. From La Promesa, we have education. From MacArthur, we have students for serving in law enforcement and information technology support services. From Nimitz, we have graphic design, multimedia arts, our CAD program, our health science and automotive. And our Young Women's Leadership Academy, we have students exploring engineering and biomedical sciences. Victor, we have the business program. And Jones Middle School, we also have our students who are doing the military pathway as well. So students tonight, thank you and applaud your teachers, administrators, and our board of trustees. Let's give these students a round of applause to give them the attention they deserve. Thank you, students, for that. I know it's a lot of time and effort, but the skills that you're learning today are going to be invaluable that you'll always take with you in your life. So thank you for that journey tonight. So students, can you man the tables? Because we're going to send some people out there for you to help us explore that. So thank you all. You all can step to the side as we continue in the programming. Thank you, students. And as the students transition, the next part of this is to talk about a new exciting opportunity on that side of the house. If we can go back to the slide before, team back there, I want to talk about the Hill at Nimitz High School, Health Education and Learning. This spring, we had just been awarded an opportunity to expand and grow a new CTE design programs at Nimitz High School, where we'll be focusing on 5 pathways: nursing, pharmacy, rehabilitation, medical imaging, and non-clinical administration. So we have an opportunity to talk about who our partners are. You've heard our partner is Memorial Hermann, and yes, the individuals behind me will share about who they are and what they do. We want to ensure that in these 5 pathways, as we move forward to the district, are new CTE pathways that we can allot many students the opportunity for the healthcare field. All these students in front of us, unfortunately, we've had to say no to students in CTE healthcare fields because we didn't have enough seats. But today, that changes moving forward for Aldine. What we have here is that we've been promoting, we've started the conversation. Next week, on February 27th, 28th, and 29th, we'll actually be going out to middle schools, Lewis, Jones, and Teague to start promoting the program. We've gone out to see the students. We are inviting parents to come out to learn about these programs. And so we have this opportunity for students to come out and apply and select their program of choice so we can move forward in the process. So anybody who's looking out there today online, here's the barcode. If you're interested and not here to make it, please take a minute, scan it, and you can get some additional information. And let it be known that this Saturday, we're also hosting an event at La Promesa to promote all our choice programs and CTE programs to ensure families can sign up for the program that fits their needs. So at this time, we're going to go ahead and switch the slide deck, and I'm going to introduce to you some great partners that we've had the pleasure to work with the last few months, working through the program to identify which pathways, who is our provider, and how we can get into the building. I want to let you know that as we've done the work for CTE and health science programs, it's very hard to get into hospitals. For our students to get the practical experience to shadow nurses, to get with the rehab, to understand what a hospital system looks like. But that barrier and obstacle is now removed. I'm going to turn it over here to our partners at Memorial Hermann, Brian Sisk and Donna, to talk about who they are, what they do, and what they're going to help us with our partnership for the Hill School at Nimitz High School. So I'm going to bring Donna and Brian up.
All right. What an exciting day to be here. It's one of those things that there's so many thoughts running through my head. I just got to say thank you, Dr. Goffney, board members, community, parents. This is not only historic, it's also invigorating because to Dr. Bustamani's point, there's a lot of work that goes in this space, but this is a very different space when we talk about healthcare. And I will tell you, when we were approached with this opportunity, you should be very proud of your administration and the work and the image and your reputation that you have in the community, because you are one of forward thinking and innovation, which is what really brought us together. And I just have to start by saying thank you, because the opportunity to partner together and to do something new, your team is not afraid of that. And the fact it's not a path that we're going down lightly, it's a path we're running down, and something that we're so happy to have the Aldine School District as our partner, because I think it's gonna be something that we're gonna be able to do, improve, that's gonna be replicated much bigger than here. I think we really have the opportunity to do something that's gonna be replicated on a national scale. So let's talk a little bit. I thought I would just spend just a couple of minutes about just letting you know who we are as Memorial Hermann. I am Dr. Brian Sisk. I'm the chief nurse for the system. So we are a system that has very similar mission, vision, and values we found as we were doing our initial vetting. And so one of our vision is to create healthier communities now and for generations to come. And what's amazing, I won't go through the whole thing there, but if you just take a look at our service standards of creating a safe, caring, personalized, and efficient environment in all of where everybody has access to health care, and where we're really looking at ways that we can impact health equity in our communities, not just in the zip codes that are around our communities, but how can we really impact all of Houston? I think that starts right here with something like this Heal High School concept that we've got. We're really going to be able to do some really amazing things. So just talk a little bit about Memorial Hermann. We are in a position of being a national leader. We're in the top decile of performance of all hospitals in the country in several categories. We are in a position of, when you take a look at our career pathways, really investing in our working adults. We have partnerships that we have ongoing with secondary schools, community colleges, things like that. What we have been missing is this connection to the high school. And so that's what's so incredibly important, because now what we will truly have is a partnership that can take somebody from the 8th grade who is interested in healthcare as a career, put them in an organization that will back them, that has a lot of accolades and quality. And you take a look at our salute to nurses. We had 70 plus nurses recognized across the Houston community. Put them in that organization, and they're on their way to whatever they want to be, whether they want to step out in early career and do different jobs, those will be available, or if they want to go get a doctorate degree, those are all opportunities that'll be available. And we look at that as an opportunity not just to employ individuals, which is certainly a positive, right? But it really is a way to get individuals in the community into having a good job, a solid career, and then returning them with benefits, health insurance, life insurance, things like that, and really getting the opportunity to impact generations, which really aligns with our vision. So a couple of quick stats, just so you know. We have 17 hospitals across the Houston community, about 14,000 nurses, 30,000 plus employees. We're the largest employer of Houston. And if you just stop, the reason we're putting this out there is the opportunity that sits in front of us is pretty amazing. And so creating opportunities from 8th graders, getting them exposure. You heard there's 5 career tracks. So if there's something that, hey, you know, the blood may not be where my passion lies, but guess what? We have this therapy, or we have a non-clinical administrative pathway. All of those things are things that we are actively employing now. Don't see that changing anytime soon. We are growing. We have a big footprint in Houston. So the opportunity in front of us is pretty amazing. So at this point, I'll turn it over to Donna Beecroft, who's the CNO of our Northeast campus, and let her tell you a little bit more details. Thank y'all.
Thank you, Brian. Hi, it's so nice to be here again. I'm just humbled and so proud of all the work we're going to be able to do together. I stood in front of you. We knew that we had submitted, but to be able to take care of our community in this way is just more than I can ever tell you as a nurse and as a caregiver to my community and the community I serve. This is really, really impactful. So let me tell you a little bit about the site where our students will come, and we'll be able to give them a vision of what tomorrow can look like and really align them with mentoring and support that looks different. So where Herman was kind of the county hospital, the catch hospital initially, right? And so when we came in 2007, started working alongside of that, the Northeast Authority Group, we then purchased the land and took over the building in 2016, and we're a full facility, 227 beds today. In a couple of weeks, it'll be 257. So we're working to make sure we can service appropriately with a full service, a gamut, to offer our students all type of visions, for those who don't want blood, like Brian said, to those who would maybe like to really understand what it looks like to care for patients, for rehab services, or for imaging, or maybe there's even something that's not identified that we work into the curriculum as we move down our path. So our campus is beautiful. We're a beautiful family. It's just a little bit about our stats and who is on our campus and who our students will have access to, not only just nursing and PT and rehab, but I have a lot of physicians who have volunteered to also help in this program. So our roll-up is not just our campus. We also have our convenient care centers. I think you probably know some of those, right? So our Summer Creek Convenient Care Center is one of the busiest in the system, as well as our Kingwood CCC, really how we support the full ambulatory space for health and wellness in our community. You can see on the screen above you. And then we're also proud of our accolades, right? We can talk about quality, or we can actually be a quality organization, and that's what we really, really lean into. So this is the community we serve. This is my favorite slide. This is who Northeast serves when you look at our discharges. So you'll see right in there is our Aldine partners, as well as just a vast demographic, as well as social economic needs. So this is near and dear to our family's heart. All right, so these are our students. This is our new family, right? And we're going to welcome them in. And what does that look like inside of Heel High School? We're very excited about this. But let me tell you a little bit about it. I know that Adrian has talked a little bit about the pathway, so I won't spend too much time, but really seeing the need and know that there's a lot of choices for our students to kind of come in and off, because life happens, dynamics happen. And so we wanted to provide them with an opportunity to leave with a certification that they could go to work right away, as well as maybe come in their senior year and some volunteer as they move through their high school years. Because at Memorial Hermann, not only do we try to support our team, but through the supporting of our students, we are a big proponent of supporting education. So we have a lot of education that they will not have to pay up front, that they'll be able to go on to post-academic, which is really important for the communities that we serve and for our employees. So those are the 5 pathways that we're looking at today. I think all of them you've heard again and again. The non-clinical medical administrative one is kind of one of the funnest ones, because that's something that people don't think about when you think about healthcare, because there's a lot of things that happen outside of just nursing. And then our students will be in our spaces. This is what we're super excited about. So this will be a little bit different than we've ever done before. We've had hostess students, but hostess students kind of come in and then they leave, but they don't interact with us in such a way. And this is how it's going to look and be different. All right. So we're going to have work-based learning for our students, a summer infusion program and internship that will start June 3rd for our students. So we're already planning what that looks like. How do we help them feel safe at home? How do we give them some basic understanding, as well as start to feel safe and comfortable in the hospital setting? Innovative mentorship programs, so they're going to walk alongside of people who are physical therapists, who are nurses, so they can see it, and they're going to have mentoring that looks very different, because it will be very different. In addition to that, we're looking at working with our post-secondary coordination. Adrian and I are chairing that kind of committee on how we can make sure our students who desire to go on and further have that ability to do that. And then wraparound services. We have a community resource center, so we want to make sure our students have what they need when it comes to food, when it comes to resources. So we're partnering with the Houston Food Bank to make sure that our students there in the summer still have anything that they might need in order to be well throughout the year. And then we have dedicated team members from Memorial Hermann that will be partnering with our Aldine partners that we're in the process of hiring, that will be dedicated to ensuring the success of this program. And Heel High School, I think we keep talking about this again and again, but again, it's one of the most impactful things I've ever been part of in my life. All right, and we just wanted to let you know this is where the journey begins, and we're happy to offer any additional information that might be good for the board and for the community.
Wow, what an opportunity for our students. That's a round of applause. So when we talk about partners, we have access. We have access to multiple buildings at Memorial Hermann. So this is going to be a great opportunity for us. Super excited. Mr. Mead, I'm so excited about CT. I even have it all the way down to my socks tonight.
I was going to mention
So
that too to the
we'll
president.
make sure we get
that
you all some socks as well.
Yeah, you
in
went
that process.
overboard
So
a little bit, didn't you? Yeah.
exciting time. So President Booker, that concludes the CTE spotlight for this month. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Right. Okay, we will now hear from Mrs. Shalia Reed, Chief of Staff.
Dr. Booker, Dr. Goffney, members of the board, every month you put me behind something I just can't, live up to. But it is great to celebrate not only CTE month, but partners like Memorial Hermann. And while they spoke about the partnership of the new school, they really are a true partner. They've been embedded in the community work. I can go all the way back to August, that warm, muggy day when we were doing a back to school expo, and their team was out there helping us make sure that our students were prepared for the start of school. I just have a few things to share tonight. All of them are just announcements and reminders and celebrations. I would like to thank the students from Raymond Elementary School for leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance and the pledge to the Texas flag. Before I came here, I learned that there are about 161 people watching, and some of those might be from Raymond or from Jones Middle School, who did the JROTC program, led us in the presentation of colors. So because their family may be watching, I will ask that you give them a round of applause. It seems easy to just stand up here and do the pledge, but people are staring at you. You don't know exactly when to go. Sometimes the flag has a mind of its own. But congratulations to those students, and thank you for doing that. Now, February may be the shortest month, although this year it has 29 days, but it is jam-packed. If you are not following hashtag MyAldine on social media, you are missing out, because there's a lot going on, and I won't be able to cover it tonight, but I can hit a few highlights. This is indeed Black History Month, which is an opportunity to recognize the contributions and influence of African Americans to history and culture. And if you followed along the district throughout this month, you've seen many ways in which our campus and district staff have celebrated this special month. It is not over. In fact, Davis High School will present a musical comedy, a Super Soul review, on Thursday evening. We welcome, and they welcome, everyone to come to this free event. So if you're in the audience or you're watching, this is your invitation to enjoy an evening of fun, celebration, and a musical journey through the 70s. And if I remember, Mr. Shankly, you told me you had an afro. Maybe they'll let you come do something on the stage. I'm not sure. Now, I have embraced athletics in a new way, and I would like to give a little shout out to all of the athletes that are making it happen through across the district. First, a huge congratulations to our young athletes who signed letters of intent on National Signing Day. That came and went, but that was a big day for so many of our students. And I'd like to tell them good luck on their journey to play the sport that they love and have excelled in at the next level. Speaking of next level, so many of our teams have competed on the next level. Right now, I believe there's a game going on. Is Coach in here? Is it, who's playing right now?
Davis and Nimitz.
So the Davis and Nimitz boys basketball team are competing in the playoffs in basketball. Just last week, the Nimitz Lady Cougar basketball team secured by-district champions and made it to the next round. And the Davis Lady Falcons also earned a playoff spot. Keeping with balls, MacArthur, Nimitz, and Davis volleyball teams earned playoff spots. And I will share 77 swimmers from Aldine ISD qualified for the Region 4 swim meet. Davis High School leads the way with 22 swimmers. Nimitz and Ike come right behind with 16 swimmers. The Aldine High School have 13 swimmers, and MacArthur High School had 10. If I remember, we had 2 coaches who earned spots as the coaches of the district. So, lots to be celebrated, and I'm positive I will not make the full list. But I will share, if you're following along, I want you to take a peek. Today, we surprised our Principals of the Year, and 2 of them were celebrated today. Rosalind Burns from Jones and Dr. Cedric Stewart from Houston Academy. Thank you all for your leadership, service, and dedication to our students and staff. And Dr. Booker, that completes my report.
Thank you very much. We will now move to the consent agenda items and items for board action tonight. The board has had the board agenda items in their possession for study and discussed them at length in the study session last night. We appreciate feedback from our community, and as such, we'll hear from citizens regarding any agenda items to be voted on by the board at this time. Ms. Loera, did we receive any online written comments or forms from members of the public who are present?
Yes, ma'am, we did.
Thank you. Each person who is present in the boardroom and addresses the board would have 3 minutes to speak. There is a clock at the podium and on the wall that will indicate when your 3 minutes are up. When necessary for effective meeting management or to accommodate large numbers of individuals wishing to address the board, the presiding officer may make adjustments to public comment procedures, including adjusting the time allotted to each speaker. Because of topic posting requirements of the Open Meetings Act, board members will not answer any questions posed to the board by the patron, and no action can be taken on any issue presented during this time. Finally, please be aware that rules of decorum will be enforced during the public comment period. Please refrain from making comments directed at specific individual, employees, or students by name to avoid any potential breach of confidentiality. If you have complaints regarding specific individuals, please provide those in writing, addressed to the superintendent for her attention. Each participant is legally responsible for the content and consequences of his or her own statement. Ms. Loera, would you please read the written comments at this time?
Yes, ma'am. We received the following comment form from Mrs. Cesar, and her subject is regarding faculty at Conley, Gray, and Salmons. And her message is, will we be able to secure a position at a school with a spot available before people who want to transfer or come in from outside the district? Will we have to interview for a new position or just be placed in an open spot where there'll be available jobs for us? We also received other comments regarding the closings of schools. One is from parent Aileen Estrada, and her message is, my niece goes here and I love the way the teachers and mentors have provided such amazing educational etiquette for her at such a young age. It would be devastating to witness the potential of success for our next generation to be taken from them. We hope that our voice, as well as our children's future, become a priority. Another parent, Patricia Vasquez, and it's also regarding Conley, and says, good afternoon. I'm a parent of 3 Aldine ISD students, 2 of which are still students at Conley Elementary. Today it came to my attention that the district is planning or going to vote to close down Conley Elementary. As a parent, this is very sad news. Conley has impacted my kids in so many positive ways, starting from my high school kid to my 2 youngest kids, still as students at Conley Elementary. The close and tight community allowed my oldest daughter to feel like she always had a place where she belonged. My second daughter, she found cheer team, and it's an amazing team. Every competition they go out to represent Conley Elementary, and they bring first place every time. The cheer team has put Conley on the map, She loves being part of Conley and the cheer team. Then my son, he's diagnosed with Gordon syndrome and also has autism. He loves that every day he goes to Conley, every knows his name and they have a smile for him. Not just, but for all the other kids. Since he started going to Conley, he has improved so much. He's more verbal, more confident. I want to share this because to close the school will directly affect my children's lives, and I don't believe it will be for the better. I know that, and I want you to understand the negative impact that this will have on the most vulnerable children and also ones that are excelling. Please do not do this to them or vote no to the school closure. This is a petition to keep Conley open. Thank you for your time. And we did receive several on the same subject regarding to keep Conley open.
We also have some community members that are present on tonight that we will hear from at this time. Ms. Monica Montoya Trevino, if you can please come to the podium. Monica Montoya Trevino.
Is there any way I can have it any more time? It just got me locked. I just need to unlock it.
One more time.
What do you have?
Time to do
She's
it.
stating her iPhone got locked out. She wants to know if she can go after someone. Her iPhone got locked out.
Okay, we have one more. Miss Leah, I don't want to mispronounce your last name. Lithium? Okay, thank you.
So, good evening, Board of Trustees. Thank you for taking the time to hear. My name's Leah Linthicum. I've been an Aldine ISD educator since started my career. I've taught at Gray Elementary since beginning my teaching career, including student teaching. I understand the changes coming with budgets of the district. I just wanted to share my voice as well as speak for some others on my campus on how this closing affects us. 10, 28, 15, those are numbers of just some of the years in which the teachers on campus have worked at Gray. The dream of retiring from this campus is potentially being stripped away from those who have dedicated their teaching career to Gray. I'm aware that due to recent emails that have gone out, clearly the decision is a little more of a for sure. However, I wanted to give the board an opportunity to see into our building, past analytics and data based on a budget. On our campus, we are very cohesive. The students are excited because they know who they're going to and they love to visit who they've been with. Our campus climate is so open and comfortable that students and staff enjoy coming to campus, and as soon as you walk in, you hear the hellos and good mornings from everybody. Everyone on campus is vocal. The team relationships are more like family than a work environment. I'm sorry. Our teams have been solidified for a while, as well as being extremely welcoming. Parents of students that request hopes for their future teachers. We even have parents of past students who teachers still teach on our campus to this day. Our major concern is the family displacement that will occur from closing our campus. All right, hold on a second, I'm sorry. All right. Last night during the meeting that was held, a board member did ask what stakeholders were spoken to. The question was answered with very little acknowledgement. There was no clear answer. I asked myself in research as well, who is considered a stakeholder in a school? Surprisingly, teachers, students, and parents, and community members are considered stakeholders. To which, when I found it strange that all the teachers involved in the closure were blindsided with this information, as well as parents and students will be. Myself being a parent of Gray, teacher of Gray, and community member of Gray, it does not seem to have been an acknowledgement of the stakeholders. As I stated before, I understand it's about numbers and budgets. It's analytical. We'll not lose our job, but then what will happen with the teachers? Will we have a choice in where we go? I know you can't answer questions, but will we have a choice in where we go? These are the many concerning topics that we now have to digest in these short months that we have left. There are many on campus that have leadership roles and that have worked hard to establish and maintain for ourselves and for the students, to which all the workings that we've done will now be lost as we're forced to start over from scratch.
These are the unfortunate concerns moving forward. And I just want to say thank you, board, for allowing me the time to share my voice.
Thank you. Next, we'll have Ms. Candace Houston.
Good evening, President Booker, Dr. Gaffney, and Board of Trustees. I stand before you tonight to discuss the district optimization plan. On tonight, you will be voting whether to close Conley, Gray, and Salmons elementary schools. It would have been nice if Governor Abney would have earmarked some of that $32.7 billion surplus to public education, but unfortunately, that didn't happen. I understand that you all have hard decisions to make on the future of Aldine ISD. You are privy to information that the public does not have. If you vote to keep the campuses open, make sure these campuses have the full support of the district and the resources. If you vote to close these campuses, I ask that there is a concrete plan in place on how the staff is being relocated. Please make sure that the relocation process is being transparent and that the staff from these campuses have a voice in their relocation. There are staff at these campuses that was a part of the relocation of Parker and Wilson, and I have received negative feedback on how that process went. So it's so important that they have a voice, and we must ask the Board of Trustees that's holding the district accountable that their plan is being done. If you vote to close these campuses, it is encouraging to hear, I've heard from Dr. Gaffney, that all the staff will still have a job, and for that needs to be commended, because I know there are other school districts that are not doing that. In closing, your decision will affect many people. As you continue to go over the optimization plan, please create a space for stakeholders to give feedback in their voice. That is so important. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Trevino, are you ready now?
Good afternoon, Board of Trustees. My phone got locked, so. On the conversation yesterday on the meeting, I am a teacher who was at Wilson and suffered from also having to be relocated to another campus, and now I'm being faced with the same thing all over at Gray Elementary. I do want to mention that some of the comments made yesterday during the meeting was about per one student, we lose this. Per one student, there's this. There was a lot of communications about funding and analytics. And while I do appreciate, and I know that it is a lot of hard work, we also have to think about the students that are in those campuses and the communities that are in those campuses. I ask that we think about the students that are in those campuses and the effort that all these teachers have done to get the students where they are right now. Gray Elementary right now is at 500 students. Our scores have gotten really high lately. We are doing the work. We are making sure students are feeling welcome. Every year we focus on coming up with a hashtag, my Aldine, my community, making sure our staff and our community is together. So how can we make sure we continue to display that same belief that it is our community and we care about the people, not just the funding and not just the numbers, because these are students that we're taking care of. These are people, these are our future leaders, right? So I care for those families. We have built, at Gray Elementary, we've built so many partnerships with communities, and for us to just say goodbye to all of our hard work, it's hard for us. So I go back and saying that we focus on funding, we spent money on SEL programs for our students and our staff, and making sure that our staff is taken care of. But how is this displaying us taking care of our community? Are we thinking about our community, or are we thinking about numbers? Because we are people. That is all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you to everyone that came out tonight. Right? Thank you. Do I hear a motion regarding the consent agenda items? Yes, ma'am.
I move that items A1 and A2, D2A, E1, H1, and H2, and M1 to M3 on the consent agenda be approved as presented.
Dr. Booker, I second that motion.
Thank you, Dr. Garcia and Mr. Shanklin. We'll begin the vote with Dr. Garcia.
Garcia, yes.
Bates, yes.
Avalos, yes.
Shanklin, yes.
Esparza, yes.
Mead, yes.
And Booker, yes. The motion carries. The next item on the agenda is approval to close Conley Elementary, Salmons Elementary, and Gray Elementary, and rezone students to the closest schools and other school actions related to school consolidations, reorganizations, or repurposing for the 2024-2025 school year. We have discussed at length the proposed optimization actions at workshops and during study session last night. Do I hear a motion regarding the approval to close Conley, Salmons, and Gray Elementary and rezone students to the closest schools and other school actions related to school consolidations, reorganizations, or repurposing for the 2024-2025 school year?
Dr. Booker, I move that the board approve the closing of Conley Elementary, Salmons Elementary, and Gray Elementary, and rezone students to the closest schools and other school actions related to school consolidations, reorganizations, or repurposing for the 2024-25 year as presented.
I second that motion.
Thank you, Mr. Shanklin and Mr. Bates. We'll begin the vote with Mr. Steve Mead.
Mead, yes.
Esparza, yes.
Shanklin, yes.
Avalos, yes.
Bates, yes.
Garcia, yes.
Booker, yes. The motion carries. Dr. Goffney, do you have any new staff recognitions for this month?
Madam President, Board of Trustees, we have two promotions to celebrate tonight. We'll begin with Ms. Lauren Jones. She is being promoted from, or she's coming to us from collections attorney at Johnson & Mark LLC to tax bankruptcy attorney in the Aldine Independent School District. She has experience in the law profession. Ms. Jones is thrilled and honored to be selected as a tax and bankruptcy attorney for the school district. She's excited to leverage her legal expertise to serve the Aldine community. Ms. Jones looks forward to contributing her skills and dedication to serving the students, staff, and community with integrity and enthusiasm. Ms. D. Walt, our General Counsel, welcomes Ms. Jones as she joins Aldine ISD's legal department as a new tax bankruptcy attorney. Ms. Jones' experience in debt collection, bankruptcy will be a true asset to the legal department. Her pursuit of education from Howard University and Columbia University and her Juris Doctorate from Texas Southern University, Thurgood Marshall School of Law makes her the best choice for the position. The legal team is honored to have Ms. Jones join the team and looks forward to her representing Aldine ISD on delinquent tax and bankruptcy matters and contributing to the continued success of the legal department. Congratulations and welcome to Aldine, Ms. Lauren Jones.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Good evening. I would like to thank Dr. Goffney, the Board of Trustees, and Mr. Walt for allowing me the opportunity to work in the legal department. I would also like to thank my family who's supporting me all the way from my home state of California. I hope y'all like Californians. If you do, I'll be your favorite one. If you don't, I'll win you over. I'd also like to thank my colleagues who are here and have just received me with such warmth. I'm excited to connect, inspire, and impact alongside you all with Aldine Pride. Thank you.
Awesome.
You're all in the family.
Three, two. Thank you.
Congratulations and welcome again, Ms. Jones.
Thank you.
Tonight, we're also excited to celebrate the hiring of our new athletic coordinator and head football coach from MacArthur High School. Please join me in welcoming back home Blake Ware from Assistant Athletic Director and head football coach at Dayton High School in the Dayton Independent School District to here back home in MacArthur High School. He has 28 years of experience in the field of education. Coach Ware, who is a class of 1989 graduate of MacArthur High School, is extremely excited to be coming home and having the opportunity to serve MacArthur High School and the community. He is looking forward to bringing his 28 years of experience to a place that he loves and that had such an impact on him. Our Executive Director of Athletics, Coach Thompson, stated, being known in the coaching world as a rebuilder of programs, Coach Ware was the right choice. He has the experience and skill set to make Big Red happen. It doesn't hurt to have someone that brings a personal touch, being a former student athlete at MacArthur High School. Congratulations, Coach Blake Ware, and welcome home.
I want to thank the committee that I interviewed with, and obviously Coach Thompson and Dr. Goffney and the board. The opportunity to come home has been really awesome. As you stated, I've been doing this for 28 years, and as I stated to the committee and to Dr. Goffney, if I'm on the back third of doing this, and I got 28 years of mistakes and failure and grinding through all that and finding success, then why not plug it back here at home and see what we can do. Just real quick, I have some family members here. My wife, Trina, who's a graduate of Eisenhower.
Swoop, swoop.
My Aunt Deborah, who's a class of 71 from MacArthur. And my Uncle Chuck. My daughter, Alana. My other daughter, Avery. And back there is my son, Timmy. And my grandson, Atlas. I think that to have the opportunity to pour into the kids in a community where you grew up that's a calling. There's no mistakes ever in my journey. Everything happens for a reason. And, whenever I went to interview, I instead of going straight over to Campbell, I exited Lauder Road. And I went through the old neighborhood, saw my old aunt and uncle's house on Sandy Dale and my Meemaw and Peepaw's house on Otterberry, and drove around over to our old house at 4547 Carnival, and then drove around to Castlewood to my nanny and papa's house on Verhalen. And it's home. And it's an exciting deal for me. My wife called me last Thursday and said, "How you doing?" And I said, "It's great. I haven't even eaten lunch today." I've had a blast. And, as I see these kids, they're hungry for love. They're hungry to be poured into, and I'm a true believer in the concept of deposits and withdrawals. I'm going to hold kids accountable, but they're going to know I'm going to love them. And, the kind of men that I'm going to put around these kids, they're that same way. We're going to pour into these kids, and we're going to teach them the concepts of being dependable and having a servant's heart and knowing what it means to put others first, and that it's not about you, it's about us. And I think just that alone will start to take us in the right direction. And as I told Coach Thompson, because he gets impatient, right? We all know that. I said, hey, this I told him, I said, look, I'm not going to guarantee wins. I'm going to guarantee we're going to do it the right way. Eventually, wins will be a byproduct.
That's right.
And I think that if we take the proper steps and everybody's patient, because this process will require that, then the MacArthur Generals are going to be back. And that's the goal. So, thank you.
Huh?
The whole family. Come on.
Oh. Congratulations.
Atlas can sleep through anything, can't he?
Okay.
33 years. I mean, look at this.
Kind of curve a little bit.
Oh, you will.
Tighten up. Three, two.
Congratulations, Coach Ware. Looking forward to a successful season. Congratulations again. Madam President, Board of Trustees, that concludes my announcements for tonight.
Thank you, Dr. Goffney. Mr. Bates, do we have any policy committee reports and/or updates? Thank you, Mr. Bates. This is the portion of the board meeting when the board receives input from members of the public. Ms. Loera, did we receive any online written comment?
No, ma'am.
Thank you, Ms. Loera. Did we receive forms from members of the public who are present?
Yes, just one.
This one. Thank you. Okay, for each person present in the boardroom who wishes to address the board, you will have 3 minutes to speak. There is a timer at the podium and on the wall that will indicate when your 3 minutes are up. When necessary for effective meeting management or to accommodate large numbers of individuals wishing to address the board, the presiding officer may make adjustments to public comment procedures, including adjusting the time allotted to each speaker. Because of topic posting requirements of the Open Meetings Act, board members are not permitted to answer any questions posed to the board by the patron, and no action can be taken on any issue presented during this time. If you wish to ask questions of the board, you may submit them in writing, addressed to the superintendent's office, and the board may consider them at a subsequent meeting. If you are an employee or employee's representative, please be advised that the grievance policy deadlines are not waived. If you have documents to pass out to the board, please identify those documents. Finally, please be aware that rules of decorum will be enforced during the public comment period. Please refrain from making comments directed at specific individual employees or students by name to avoid any potential breach of confidentiality. If you have complaints regarding specific individuals, please provide those in writing, addressed to the superintendent for her attention. Each participant is legally responsible for the content and consequences of his or her own statements. We will now hear from Ms. Loretta Lane.
Good evening. I have something to pass out to you guys. I'm glad to see you back on the board, and to our new president and to Dr. Goffney and the board. I just want to say thank you for the opportunity to stand here. I want to thank Shalia Reed and Abel Garza for believing in me. I talked to them about doing a forum on sex trafficking. You may not know, but I work in the community heavily dealing with sex trafficking. I have partnered with this with a survivor's house called The Landing, and it's a house where those who want to get out sex trafficking, there's a place they can go with their children. Most of them have children, and they house them, feed them, clothe them, and reintegrate them back in society. And I'm so proud to be a part of that organization. But I learned so much valuable information, and some information, it will trouble you. Houston is number 2. It ranks number 2 for sex trafficking in the nation. And a lot of times we are not aware of it because we don't see it. It's not obvious, but it is here and it is thriving. Most of the 80% of the victims are female, and 1 out of 26 they're men, but for the most part they're young ladies. And we will have a forum, Eyes on You. I've partnered with Baylor College of Medicine, Anti-Human Trafficking Clinic. Also for the forum, we will have our own police chief. He will be telling the community how Aldine has partnered with other entities to help combat sex trafficking. Also, PATH Collaborative with Kim Williams. She is connected to every hospital, every clinic you can imagine. She's a really tough girl. And she's going to be on the podium, and also someone from the landing. But I'm so honored on that day that we will have an actual sex survivor. She will be on the panel. Her name is Dr. Nisi. She gained that doctorate because she ran away from her sex trafficker, and she ran right into the arms of the military, and they were able to protect her. And now she goes around helping all of those who may be experiencing that. And so I want to also honor on that day our SEL program that give us those wonderful lessons. We don't have to look for them. I want to also think we're going to honor SEL, we're going to honor FACE, the police department, and counselors, because through that program, the SEL program, a student came to me and said, I have been touched inappropriately. We were able to get her to the right personnel in our community. So save the date, April 12th, come out and help us celebrate, recognize those people.
Thank you, Ms. Lang. All right, do we have a motion to adjourn?
Madam President, I move that we adjourn the meeting.
Do we have a second? Mrs. Shanklin?
Garcia seconds.
Thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Right, the time is now 8:01 PM and the meeting is adjourned.